I tried watching a TV show, if you can call them TV shows anymore, called Lovecraft Country. Not Lovecraft Country. That's a much better show. So the premise is that there's Lovecraft monsters or something. That's what I read from like the summary. I had to stop at 32 minutes into the first episode, which was an hour long, by the way, because that's how long it took them to actually get going, and it was still they're just still farting around, and they tease you in the first minute by having the guy dream, which was obviously a dream, of him having this big war with all these Lovecraft creatures, and then the next 30 minutes is just people farting around doing nothing. And there's a lot wrong with the show. And I want to talk about one particular thing that made absolutely no sense to me. So the main character, people described him as wearing. Two people said, "Oh, he wore Coke bottle glasses," which, if you don't know what that is, that means the lenses are really thick. And then he went to the army. I assume it's the army because writers don't know anything about the military. They just assume it's all the army. And he comes back, and he's all buff, and he's not wearing glasses anymore. And people are like, "What? You don't wear glasses anymore?" So are we to assume that by him being in the army, his eyesight got better? Because that's not how it works. Your eyesight doesn't get better when you get stronger. Believe me, I tried. That's why I look like this, because I used to be really strong. My eyesight didn't get better. But then he wears reading glasses to read stuff. So his eyesight got a little better. Like now he's just nearsighted, not farsighted. That's when things close up are blurry. Or did somebody give him such crappy glasses before that he didn't realize he was only farsighted? Because the glasses he wears to read, they're really thin, like mine. And it's not like he wouldn't notice that he couldn't see. If you've ever put on glasses that are not your prescription, everything's really blurry. So he would have noticed if he had the wrong glasses. So he needed those glasses. He needed those super thick lenses, which I believe is actually due to the manufacturing process, not the fact that it needs to be super thick. So he got better eyesight while he was away somehow. Now maybe there could be this crazy story about something that happened while he was away, but I doubt it. I took him 32 minutes just to get started, and I doubt they would do anything that clever. And I lied. I said I want to talk about something else. So there's this other character, this woman, who when we first meet her, she doesn't seem to know the main character. Because she says, "Oh, that's that kid who wore those Coke bottle glasses." Again, with the Coke bottle glasses, that's the only thing they know him by. But then the very next day, it turns out she was in a science fiction group with the main character, and he knew her really well. So somehow he knew her, she didn't know him the night before. And then the next day, suddenly she knew who he was. Did she just forget about who he was that night, and then the next morning he's like, "Oh yeah, now I know who that is." Whew. Oh man, talking makes me all hot and bothered in my mouth region. What else can I complain about? For no reason, they just sang a complete song for a couple of minutes. Just absolutely no reason. Just a waste time. Episode's an hour long, and obviously you need to fill the time, so let's just have people sing a song for no reason at all. If they wanted to establish that this person can sing, they could have done something in the story. Like, it's set in the 50s, and there's a whole bunch of racist people, so they could have said, hey lady, if you want to get out of this, you're going to have to impress us, and then she sings, or something better than that. But here, she just starts singing. She just gets up on stage. Yeah, there's a stage in the middle of the street. Just because there's a party, and everybody knows that when you have a party, you get a just gigantic band and you set up a stage in the middle of the street. That's what happens when parties happen. Always. And she gets up there, and she sings. I forgot what I was babbling about. But the point is, they wanted to establish that she can sing, but instead of putting it into the story, they just said, let's just have her sing for no reason at all. Just waste everybody's time. This show is a waste of time. It is garbage. It is awful. It is boring. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This show stole the premise of Supernatural. Supernatural, John Winchester goes missing because he's off hunting monsters. Lovecraft Country, the main character's dad, I don't know any of their names, he goes missing, presumably because he's off hunting monsters as well. We don't know yet. Come up with original ideas, guys. If you're not going to come up with original ideas, do it as good as the original that you stole from, you jerks. Don't watch that show. Watch Supernatural. That's a better show.